Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So today I'm going to be brining a pork belly and a brisket. Pork belly will brine till tomorrow morning. I'll pull it out, dry it, and then I'll smoke it. For the simple reason that it'll be ready for me to use the next day, and what I hope come out to be the cheddar beans that taste half as good. We'll see. It'll be my first time, but you know, there's always a first time. Or that's what she said. Cold water. Oh, yeah. Get that ready. Now, before I start on the brine or anything, I'm going to trim some of this fat, and I'll show you what I'm doing later. On the end. I got some of those ribs I like to make today, or actually I got them out the other day. And when I trim this and the brisket the way I need it, I'm going to be just laying the fat over those ribs and to keep them moist while they cook. Let's see how much fat we got. Actually, on this, not very much. So, okay, let's get the brining. I don't know if you can tell in the pictures, but out here where I live outside the city limits. And man, we got this pond, or flood retention pond. And we got a canal for flood control and everything else. And we've got some serious. Really? I thought this was a super course. Oh well. A little bit. Yeah, why not? I want to cover it with a good brine. May need to make a couple of these. I just want to cover it up. Typically, if I would have done this a couple of days ahead of time, I would have, you know what, we're going to leave that. We're just going to add some water. And I'd actually stuck it in the freezer. And yeah, some of you that have hunted and had some tough meat, a lot of people freeze the game they, you know, listen, butcher and everything, they'll freeze that meat with some brine and it really tenderizes. But we're looking at drinking grain-fed pork, so we're not doing all that. Okay, so brisket. Not a huge one. What was it? 10-pound brisket. Not huge, but decent. My knives I was going to donate to the DFW and forgot to take over there today when I was there. So, 10-pound brisket. Same brisket trimmed was $15 more. And not paying $15 more for something I can do at home just as well. I mean, come on. And there's times the butcher gets overzealous and trims way too much. So now I got a huge fat cap on this brisket right in here. So if I wash this stuff out, you're like, what's he doing? Well, I do this just to keep the flies down. I wash it out, get that blood down the drain, and I'll actually spray some stuff over there just to keep them away as much. But it's almost impossible. You know, I could be running around with my fly swatter. Yeah, this one. So I've got two types. This one, man, this is great for like when I make those pinwheels. Yet again, my trusty dust, whatever, knife sharpener, Bavarian Edge on eBay. Not that they sponsor me, just saying it works. So just gonna run this down the fat cap. Yeah, I got it into the meat a little bit, but that's all right. That's just probably all I'm going to take off of it. Now to get something this big on my smoker, because I've got a vertical one that just limits me to what I can do. Okay, so I usually cut them in half. Here in this direction is my grain. We always know that when we want to cut it up, we want to go against the grain. So, boom, done. Yes, I love these knives. Not that I have a dishwasher, but I never, ever leave them in the sink. I'll pull them out, sharpen them, boil them. I doubt I'll get this covered, but I want it to get at least done. And I'll pull this out. Sorry about that. I'll pull this out tomorrow also and dry it. The pork belly, I make this brine till bedtime, pull it, dry it, season it. I was talking to my friend today, Lily, and I'm like, man, you know what I forgot? I meant to pick up some maple syrup and bourbon. Then I would have been toasted by all day tomorrow and no cooking done, but use that maple syrup and bourbon and reduce it down. Pour on top of this brisket with some seasoning, the rib underneath it, and on top of that bacon, that pork belly, without seasoning, you just let it sit there a few hours before you go putting it in the smoker. And man, you got yumminess. I still may do it, but I doubt it. Who knows? We've got some stuff to do tomorrow. Oh, and for some of you that don't know, my girlfriend and I broke up. One thing you don't tell me is, hey, I know we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but I want you to pay me my rent. No, that ain't happening. Boundaries. Ain't married you. Be honest, I doubt I'll ever marry again. So that's all the browning, or brining. Let me show you. Well, I got my ribs in here and everything. And I've got soup bones. Marrow soup bones. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to cook them until this marrow gets soft. Now here's what you can do with a marrow. You can, it's going to sound gross, but man, it is fucking yummy. You scope the marrow out, mix herbs in it, and then mix it with 2 sticks of butter. So basically half pound of butter. And it goes great. I mean, it is the bomb diggity bomb putting it on a steak. So what I'm doing with it, the puppy's been very well behaved. He put up with my girlfriend's crap, just like I did. I'm having Estrella. He's gonna be getting some super duper bones. I'll take this fat, I'll chop it up. He'll have that with breakfast. If he's lucky, I'll make eggs. Anyways, guys, I hope you learned a little bit. I know it wasn't very much. As we do the smoking and everything, I'll show you more. Thanks, guys.